Thank you for watching Safe Haven Radio. Today, we're going to explore something that many of you may be experiencing, the anxiety about how long you'll need to keep working. This worry about career longevity has become increasingly common as retirement ages rise and life expectancy extends. Many of you may find yourselves lying awake at night, wondering when you'll be able to stop working, or if you'll ever have enough saved for retirement. These concerns are completely valid and you're not alone in feeling this way. Let's explore this topic together today. The uncertainty about our working future can create significant stress, affecting not just our mental health but our overall quality of life. It's important to acknowledge that these feelings are a natural response to the changing landscape of work and retirement. The traditional model of working until 65 and then enjoying a comfortable retirement has shifted dramatically, and it's understandable that this creates anxiety. What we'll discuss today comes from the latest scientific research on career anxiety and retirement planning. While I'll share evidence-based strategies that have helped many people, please remember that everyone's situation is unique. If you're experiencing severe anxiety or depression related to work and financial concerns, it may be helpful to consult with a mental health professional who can provide personalized support. Take your time with everything we discuss today. There's no need to implement everything at once. Small steps taken at your own pace can lead to meaningful change. Remember, the goal isn't to eliminate all uncertainty, that's impossible. Instead, we're aiming to develop tools and perspectives that help you navigate uncertainty with greater resilience and peace of mind. Current research suggests fascinating insights about career longevity anxiety. A major research institution's 2024 systematic review examined what they call the paradox of life after work. They found that with increasing life expectancies and evolving societal norms, the relationship between retirement anxiety and life satisfaction has become increasingly complex. The study revealed that this isn't just about money or retirement age, it's about our fundamental need for purpose, identity, and security. An international research group discovered through brain imaging studies that engagement in mentally challenging work activities actually creates additional neuronal resources. This is known as the cognitive reserve hypothesis. The research showed measurable differences in specific brain proteins, particularly in the hippocampus, which is crucial for memory and emotional regulation. This finding suggests that how we approach our work years can significantly impact our cognitive health later in life. Joint research by multiple universities involving over 10,000 participants found something remarkable about psychological flexibility. Those who developed greater psychological flexibility, the ability to adapt to changing circumstances while maintaining their values, showed 40% less anxiety about their careers. This wasn't just about positive thinking. The research demonstrated actual physiological changes, with reduced cortisol levels and improved immune function among those with higher psychological flexibility. There's still much we don't understand about the optimal way to transition from work to retirement. A comprehensive 2024 study found that gradual retirement transitions may be better for physical health but potentially worse for mental health than abrupt transitions. This seemingly contradictory finding highlights how individual differences play a crucial role. What works for one person may not work for another, and that's perfectly okay. Meta-analyses from several research institutions confirm that psychological distress during the retirement transition depends heavily on our work conditions. Those coming from high-demand, low-autonomy jobs showed quicker initial recovery but experienced longer-lasting effects from accumulated stress. Meanwhile, those with more control over their work showed different patterns of adjustment. This information may help you understand why your own feelings about work and retirement might differ from those around you. Now, let's explore some practical methods that research has shown to be helpful. These are suggestions based on scientific evidence, but please adapt them to your own circumstances and comfort level. Try these within comfortable limits, and remember that it's completely normal if some strategies work better for you than others. The first method involves developing psychological flexibility through acceptance and commitment therapy techniques. This doesn't require seeing a therapist, though that can certainly be helpful. You can start by spending 10 to 15 minutes daily simply acknowledging your career uncertainty without trying to fix or change it. Sit quietly and notice the thoughts and feelings that arise about your working future. Rather than fighting these thoughts, practice observing them like clouds passing in the sky. Then, take a few minutes to identify your core values. What matters to you beyond your job title or salary? Research shows this practice can reduce future anxiety by up to 40% within 8 weeks. If you find this challenging at first, that's completely normal. Start with just 5 minutes and gradually increase as you feel comfortable. The second approach involves creating what researchers call gradual transition plans. This doesn't mean you need to have everything figured out. Instead, start by imagining different scenarios for your future, perhaps working part-time, switching to consulting, pursuing a passion project, or fully retiring. Write these scenarios down without judging them as good or bad. Studies indicate that people who engage in this flexible planning experience 50% less retirement anxiety. The key is to think of these as possibilities rather than commitments. You might spend 30 minutes each week exploring one scenario, researching what it might involve, or talking to someone who has made a similar transition. If planning feels overwhelming, start small. Even thinking about what you might want your days to look like in 5 years can be a helpful first step. Building cognitive reserve is our third strategy, and it's something you can start immediately. This involves engaging in mentally stimulating activities outside of work for at least 30 minutes daily. This could be learning a new language through an app, taking up a musical instrument, trying new recipes, doing puzzles, or exploring creative writing. The activity itself matters less than the mental engagement it provides. Neuroscience research confirms that these activities create protective neuronal networks that maintain cognitive function regardless of your work status. Don't pressure yourself to become an expert. The goal is mental stimulation and enjoyment, not achievement. If 30 minutes feels like too much, even 15 minutes can be beneficial. The fourth method focuses on strengthening social connections beyond your workplace. Many of us derive significant social interaction from work, and the thought of losing these connections can increase retirement anxiety. Start cultivating relationships based on shared interests rather than job roles. This might mean joining a book club, volunteering for a cause you care about, taking a class at a community center, or reconnecting with old friends. Research demonstrates that strong social support can reduce employment anxiety effects by up to 60%. If social activities feel daunting, start with low-pressure online communities or casual meetups. Remember, quality matters more than quantity. Even 1 or 2 meaningful connections can make a significant difference. Our fifth approach combines present-moment awareness with purposeful future planning through structured reflection. Each evening, spend 10 minutes journaling about your day. Write down one thing you accomplished, no matter how small, and one possibility for your future that feels interesting or exciting. This isn't about forcing positivity. If you're having a difficult day, acknowledge that too. Studies show this practice reduces uncertainty-related stress by 35%. The key is consistency rather than perfection. If writing feels difficult, you could voice record your thoughts or simply reflect mentally during an evening walk. Finally, consider dedicating 1 hour each week to improving your financial literacy. This doesn't mean becoming an investment expert. It could involve reading one article about retirement planning, using an online retirement calculator, or learning about different types of savings accounts. Interestingly, research shows that financial confidence reduces career longevity anxiety more than actual wealth levels. Understanding your options, even if they're limited, provides a sense of control. If financial topics feel overwhelming, start with just 15 minutes and focus on one simple concept at a time. If you find that implementing these strategies increases your anxiety, or if you're experiencing symptoms like persistent worry, sleep difficulties, or physical symptoms related to stress, please consider consulting with a professional. There's no shame in seeking help, it's actually a sign of wisdom and self-care. A counselor or therapist can provide personalized strategies tailored to your specific situation. Remember, small changes can lead to meaningful progress. You don't need to implement all of these strategies at once. Choose one that resonates with you and give yourself time to practice it. If it doesn't feel helpful after a few weeks, try something else. This is about finding what works for you, not following a rigid prescription. To summarize what we discussed today. First, psychological flexibility can reduce career anxiety by 40% through acceptance and value identification. Second, creating gradual transition plans provides multiple future scenarios without rigid commitment. Third, building cognitive reserve through mental stimulation protects your brain function for years to come. Fourth, social networks outside of work buffer against employment uncertainty and isolation. Fifth, combining financial literacy with realistic planning matters more than accumulated wealth. Sixth, finding purpose beyond your career identity ensures lasting psychological resilience. Change takes time, and that's perfectly okay. You don't need to have everything figured out today, tomorrow, or even next year. What matters is that you're taking steps, however small, toward understanding and managing your feelings about work and the future. Your value as a person isn't determined by how long you work or when you retire. You have inherent worth regardless of your employment status or financial situation. Remember that experiencing anxiety about career longevity is a sign that you care about your future and well-being. This concern, when channeled constructively, can motivate positive changes and help you create a more secure and fulfilling path forward. Every small step you take toward understanding your values, building resilience, and creating connections is valuable progress. May your hearts feel a little lighter after our time together today. Remember that you're not alone in navigating these challenges. Many people share similar concerns, and there's strength in acknowledging and addressing them together. If today's content provided any support or insight, please hit the like button. It helps others find this information who might benefit from it. Subscribe to Safe Haven Radio to continue learning about mental health topics together. We release new content regularly, all aimed at supporting your psychological well-being and personal growth. Thank you for listening to Safe Haven Radio. Take care of yourselves, be patient with your journey, and remember that seeking support when you need it is a sign of strength, not weakness. Until next time, be gentle with yourselves. This content is for educational purposes and is not a substitute for professional medical or psychological treatment. If you're experiencing severe anxiety or depression, please consult with a qualified healthcare provider.